This is the matter of LM and OM. Present in the virtual courtroom, we have Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Beth Van Dusen. We have Mother Rianda McLaughlin, her attorney Michael Adams. We have Attorney Lee Jennings on behalf of the father, Scott McKibben. We have the children's attorney, Donna Mobilia, maternal grandmother, Ms. Smith, and various agency workers. And it's my understanding that with regard to the mother, Ms. McLaughlin, that there is a plea agreement. Is that correct? Ms. Van Dusen?
Yes, Your Honor, that is my understanding.
Okay, and Mr. Adams?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding. We're going to, Ms. McLaughlin is going to plead to an admitted petition.
And it's also my understanding that there's yet another amendment to the amended petition that needs to occur. Ms. Van Dusen?
Yes, Your Honor. On petition point F, at the third sentence, it currently says CPS contacted Ms. McLaughlin. We will be amending it to juvenile detention facility contacted Ms. McLaughlin.
All right, are there any objections to that amendment?
No objection.
No
No
objection.
objection.
All right, and are the parties willing to waive the initial reading of the petition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Mobilia, do you believe that the proposed plea is in the best interest of the children?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. McLaughlin, would you raise your right hand? Would you state your name for the record and spell it?
Rianda McLaughlin. First name is R-E-A-N-D-A. Last name is M-P-G-L-O-T-H-L-I-N.
And do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, thank you. And do you have any questions about the petition before you go forward?
No.
And you understand all of the everything that's in the petition?
Yes.
Okay. You'll be giving up a number of rights if you in fact admit the allegations in the amended petition. The first is the right to a trial by a judge or jury. The right to have this occur in person at the courthouse. The right to require that the prosecutor prove the allegations by a preponderance or majority of the evidence. The right to question any of the prosecutor's witnesses while they are under oath, and again, in person in the courthouse. The right to have the court order that any witnesses that you believe would be helpful to your side of the case appear in person at the courthouse to testify. Do you have any questions about these rights?
No.
And do you understand all of the rights you'll be giving up if you enter a plea admitting the allegations of this petition?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there are a number of consequences that may flow from your plea today. The first is that your children could be made temporary wards of the court, which means that the court will have broad discretion about things like placement, which can be with a foster care, with a relative, or in a suitable institution. You'll be required to comply with a treatment plan to show that you're able to provide a safe and appropriate home for your children. You may be required to pay for some of the cost of care in this case, including your attorney's fees, cost of care if the children are placed outside of the home, counseling costs, etc. Now, we all hope that the next thing that I'm going to tell you about will not happen, and it's certainly not happening today or anytime in the near future, but I am required to tell you about all the possible future consequences of your plea. If you cannot show that you can provide a safe and appropriate home for your children within a reasonable amount of time, given the circumstances and your progress, there may be a future request to terminate your parental rights, and your plea today may be used as evidence in that proceeding. If your rights are ultimately terminated in the future, you would have no input as to your children's medical treatment, education, discipline, or residence. You would also have no right to parenting time with your child and no right to inherit from them or receive their earnings. If you have a child support obligation, it would continue until a court of competent jurisdiction modifies or terminates it. If an order of adoption is entered or the children are emancipated by operation of law. Do you understand all of those possible future consequences?
yes,
Do you have any questions about those possible future consequences?
no,
Right? And have you reviewed the amended petition and the plea agreement with your attorney?
yes,
Do you need to speak with him again before we go further?
no,
All right. I'm going to go through the petition. I'm going to read each paragraph, and then I'm going to ask you after each paragraph whether you admit or deny the allegation. All right?
Okay.
Okay. Paragraph A reads, Rihanna McLaughlin is the biological mother of LM and OM.
yes, I agree.
Can you say a little bit louder?
Sorry, I agree.
Okay. Paragraph B reads, Scott McKibben is the legal father of LO and OM, or LM and OM by marriage, dated September 12th, 2012 in Tippecanoe County, Indiana.
I agree.
Paragraph C, Mr. McKibben was last known to be homeless in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Children's Protective Services, CPS, has been unable to locate Mr. McKibben, and he has not come forth to provide care or support to rectify the barriers which caused this matter to come before the court.
To the best of my knowledge, I agree.
Right? Paragraph D reads, on February 9th, 2026, CPS received allegations that Ms. McLaughlin wanted the children to be removed from her as she is not physically capable of defending herself against LM and OM physically attacking her.
I agree.
Paragraph E, on February 9th, 2026, Ms. McLaughlin was able to get LM into Pine Rest for inpatient treatment.
I agree.
On paragraph F, on February 16th, 2026, CPS received allegations that OM was taken to juvenile detention on February 14th, 2026, after assaulting Ms. McLaughlin. Around that time, Ms. McLaughlin's primary care physician had recommended that she be admitted to an inpatient psychiatric facility. Kent County Juvenile Detention contacted Ms. McLaughlin while she was on her way to be admitted for inpatient psychiatric care and informed her that OM was ready for a release on February 16th, 2026. Ms. McLaughlin informed CPS that she was unable to pick up OM due to her anticipated inpatient psychiatric admission and that no one else was available to pick him up.
With the previous changes in place, I agree.
Okay. Paragraph G reads, on February 17, 2026, CPS spoke with Ms. McLaughlin while she was inpatient at a psychiatric facility. Ms. McLaughlin stated that she could not pick up OM from detention or LM from Pine Rest when he was ready for discharge. She stated that she is not physically capable of caring for children due to her own physical issues and the assaultive behaviors of the children. Ms. McLaughlin was offered services to assist her in parenting OM and LM, but she refused. Paragraph, do you admit or deny?
I agree.
Paragraph H reads, on February 17, 2026, CPS requested an emergency pickup order from the court and the request was granted. OM was picked up from juvenile detention by CPS and transported to foster care. Pine Rest was notified of the pickup order for LM and he remains inpatient at Pine Rest.
I agree.
Right. Thank you. Has anyone made any promises to you or threatened you in any way and to encourage you to admit this petition?
No, Your Honor.
Are you admitting these allegations of your own free will?
Yes.
Has anyone told you that you would receive better treatment from the court if you admitted these allegations?
No.
Right? I am satisfied that Ms. McLaughlin has been fully advised of her rights and is freely, understandingly, and voluntarily entering into this plea regarding the allegations of this petition. I further find by preponderance of the evidence that one or more of the statutory grounds alleged in the petition is true, and that Ms. McLaughlin is a respondent in this matter. Appellate review is available to challenge any errors in the adjudicatory process, which may be challenged in an appeal from the initial order of the dispositional hearing following adjudication. If you are indigent, you are entitled to the appointment of an attorney to represent you on any appeal as of right and to the preparation of any relevant transcripts. You may be barred from challenging the assumption of jurisdiction or the removal of your children from your care and custody in an appeal from the order terminating parental rights if you do not timely file an appeal under MCR 7.204 or a delayed appeal under MCR 3.993C. At any time while the court retains jurisdiction over your children, you may challenge the continuing exercise of that jurisdiction by filing a motion for rehearing under MCL 712A.21 or by filing an application for leave to appeal with the Michigan Court of Appeals. All right, and we will move on to adjudication regarding the father, Ms. Van Duzen.
Thank you. I'd like to call Lisa Leavenworth.
Ms. Leavenworth, would you raise your right hand? Would you state your name for the record?
Lisa Leavenworth,
Would you spell it for the record?
LISALEAVENWORTH.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Thank you.
Miss Leavenworth, how are you employed?
I'm an investigator for Children's Protective Services in Kent County.
And were you assigned to the case of LM and OM?
Yes,
Through your investigation, did you determine who the father of LM and OM was?
yes, I did.
And who did you determine that to be?
Scott McKibben,
And how was he the legal father?
through a marriage in Tippecanoe County, Indiana.
In throughout your investigation, what did you determine about Mr. McKibben's whereabouts?
Well, initially, I was told he was homeless in Kalamazoo, so I contacted the homeless shelter that he was, or the day drop-in center, and they said that he comes there, but they didn't have a phone number or know anyway where to locate him. Then I contacted his aunt, and she said that he stays at a different shelter in Kalamazoo. So I called there. They hadn't seen him in a few days. He lives in Kalamazoo. He's homeless.
And had you been able to contact or locate him up until filing this petition?
Not prior to filing the petition, no.
And has he provided any care or support for his children?
He has not.
Thank you. I have no other questions.
All right, thank you, Ms. Mobilia. Any questions?
I have no additional questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Jennings.
Ms. Leavenworth, were you able at any point in time to be able to contact Mr. McKibben in person?
Not, I had a worker from Allegan County because I did locate him in Allegan County Jail on the 25th. A worker went there from Allegan County on the 26th, but was denied a visit that day. She saw him on the 27th.
Can you give us a month and a year, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. March 2026. She went there on the 27th and made him aware of and provided him with the order after the preliminary hearing, made him aware of this hearing. And then also on the March 26th, 2026, I emailed all that information to the Allegan County Jail, and they said they would provide it to him.
Okay, so the information you have was that he may have received an email of the preliminary hearing order, the order following the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I emailed to the jail and they were going to print it and give it to him. The order after the preliminary hearing, the petition points, as well as, in the email, it again, beyond just the order after pre-limit, I sent an email and asked him to print it, and it had the hearing date, time, judge, and the Zoom link to join.
All right. There was also a motion for alternate service filed in this case, and he was served via publication. Is that your understanding?
I sent over the papers to the court, so that would be my understanding, is that was what they were gonna do. That was the reason to send them over, so, yes.
Okay.
And also the worker from Allegan County CPS went over there and provided him again copies of the petition, petition points, order after preliminary hearing, and information on the hearing date, time, Zoom ID, and all that.
All right. And that was on March 27 of 2026, correct?
Correct.
And Mr. McKibben is no longer incarcerated at the Allegan County Jail, is that correct?
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. And do you know, or have you checked any of the other jails, like the Kent County Jail? Is he incarcerated in the Kent County Jail as far as you're aware?
I have not checked.
Okay. Do you know if he indicated he had the capacity to be able to log into today's court hearing?
I didn't interview him. That was the worker from Allegan County, so I couldn't say for sure.
All right. Do you know if the Allegan County worker was able to get a phone number for him or any other address where he might regularly stay?
He did not have a phone number, and the address he provided was for the daytime drop-in facility in Kalamazoo County.
Okay. All right. I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Adams, any questions?
No questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Van Duzen, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Mobilia, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
Right, Ms. Van Duzen, any additional witnesses?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Mobilia, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Adams, any witnesses?
No witnesses or evidence.
Ms. Jennings?
No, Your Honor, no witnesses or evidence.
All right, thank you. Statements, Ms. Van Duzen.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court to take jurisdiction over the children, given the facts in the petition. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Mobilia?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that the assistant prosecutor has proven the allegations in the petition with regard to Mr. McGibbon. I asked the court to take jurisdiction of OM and LM.
Thank you. Ms. Jennings?
Your Honor, I have not been able to get in contact with Mr. McKibben, so I'll take no statement with regard to the adjudication on Mr. McKibben. I will just state for the record that I know we discussed earlier the fact that there was an affidavit of publication with regard to Mr. McKibben being served by publication filed with the court, and it indicated there was publication in the respective legal section of the news on 3/3 of 2026. Thank you.
Mr. Adams?
Your Honor, as regards Mr. McKibben, we take no position.
All right, thank you. All right, the court finds that the respondents in this matter, Ms. McLaughlin did appear in person and was represented by an attorney, that Mr. McGibbon did not appear in person, but was represented by an attorney, and he received appropriate notice by publication, that the plea by Ms. McLaughlin was knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, that by preponderance of the evidence after trial regarding Mr. McGibbon, by plea of admission regarding Ms. McLaughlin, That there are statutory grounds to exercise jurisdiction over the children in this matter, including failure to provide, when able to do so, support education, medical, surgical, or other necessary care for health or morals, lack of proper custody or guardianship, and abandonment by parents, guardian, or other custodian. That contrary to the welfare findings were made in a prior order. That consistent with the circumstances, reasonable efforts to prevent or eliminate removal of these children from the home were made as determined by a prior order. That reasonable efforts shall be made to preserve and reunify the family, make it possible for these children to safely return home. The custody of the children with a parent or custodian, legal custodian, presents a substantial risk of harm to the children's life, physical health, or mental well-being. That no provision of service or other arrangement except removal of the children is reasonably available to adequately safeguard them from the risk of harm to their life, physical health, or mental well-being. Conditions of custody, the placement away from the home and with the individual with whom the children are placed, are adequate to safeguard their health and welfare. The children are not in a joint placement due to the fact that one is in foster care and the other one is in institutional placement. That the court orders that the children continue their placement with the department for care and supervision. The parenting time of each parent is at the discretion of the agency to allow unsupervised or supervised parenting time. And I think that's it for the adjudication. Ms. Van Duzen, would you and your adjudicative witnesses like to be excused at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, thank you. You're excused. Thank you. All right, and Ms. Mobilia, are you prepared to go on to disposition?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
I call Teresha Whitley, Your Honor.
all right. Would you raise your right hand and unmute, please? Would you state your name and spell it for the record?
Derisha Whitley, DerishaWhitley.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, for today's hearing, I have 3 exhibits. I have the CPS report dated 2/9/26 as the exhibit number 1. Exhibit number 2 would be the dissolution of marriage of Mr. and Mrs. McGibbons at that time, which was 2/9/24. And I have a case service plan with parent agency treatment plans and an addendum, total of 79 pages, dated 3/18 and 4/1 as exhibit number 3.
Any objection?
No objection.
No objection.
All right, they're admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Whitley, you are the foster care worker for OM and LM, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And this is a recent case and you have been the only worker involved. Is that true?
True.
Let's talk about the children. There are many needs that we need to talk to about OM and LM. Let's start with OM. Where is OM currently?
OM is placed in a licensed foster home.
And is he attending school?
Yes, he's attending school in person.
Okay. And how is school going for him?
Educational wise, he's doing really well. But he is experiencing some behaviors with other students at school. I know that he goes to school with another foster child who lives with him, and he's been kind of picking on her at school, pushing and shoving her. He did get into a fight at school. And he had in-house suspension, so that's where he can still go to school, but he has to sit in this, like he doesn't transfer or he doesn't transition to other classroom. He just stays in one class for that week. So that's called in-house suspension. and he's been having a lot of aggressive behaviors, where it's been kind of hard to redirect him.
And is he in any type of therapy in the foster home?
He did have an intake counseling session, but the counselor wants to start sessions after spring break. So this is their their week of spring break.
So no counseling sessions have occurred for him?
No, just the intake.
Okay. Is he receiving medication, and has he had a med review since he's been in care?
Yes, he had a well child March 5th. And no meds were changed. He did come in care with medications. Did you want me to read them off?
Sure, if you can let the court know what medications he's taking.
So for OM, he is, excuse me if I get the names, if I butcher the names. So it's Clotidine, HCl, Dexmetho.
It's probably better if you just spell them.
Okay.
We all struggle with those names. So yeah, spelling it is best.
Okay. Okay, so it's spelled DEXMETHYLPHENIDATE, HCl. And then it's another medication, LURASIDONE.
Is he only taking 3 medications then?
Yes.
Okay.
But one of the DEX, I don't know how to say that. He takes those twice a day.
Okay. And those are to treat ADHD and oppositional defiant disorder, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And he, according to the recent well child check, there's no change to his medication.
Correct.
Is he taking his medication as prescribed?
Yes. Per foster parents, yes.
Okay. Other than therapy, what services are being provided to OM in foster care?
I did make a recommendation for it's called a EFC, where it addresses Oliver's impulsive behaviors, and just help him find ways to cope with his aggressive behaviors. Just because I know, according to the foster parents, he's been really roughhousing around the house, where he's been extremely aggressive, like to their pet. They have a pet dog at home. He's been really aggressive, like pulling on the tail, just kind of doing like a headlock move on the dog. And so it's just to address his impulsive and aggressive behaviors.
And that hasn't started yet. You made a referral, correct?
No, it starts this Thursday.
Okay.
At the foster home.
Any other services that you're offering to?
Not at this time.
Okay. Let's talk about LM. Where is LM currently residing?
LM is in a residential placement through Heartland of autism, or for autism.
Okay. And how is LM doing in that program?
I have weekly meetings with the staff personnel, and overall, Liam is doing really well. At first he did kind of struggle a little bit, but once they got him on a routine, he does really well with his routine. I know that sometimes he likes to be in charge, giving the other children and the other foster children in the home, giving them permission to do things, and he wants to be that leader for other children in the home. Sometimes he does overstep with giving children permission when that's, not his job to do. But he does like to be in charge. He likes to bake. And he's doing really well overall.
Does he have other than autism, does he have any other diagnosis?
Do you mind if I look back at my notes?
Sure.
Okay. So for Liam, I only have him diagnosed with autism.
Well, according
and
to
then-
the parent agency treatment plan, you have him also as disruptive mood, deregulation disorder, and anxiety. That would be per the parent agency treatment plan.
Okay. I didn't put that, must have missed it.
You authored these reports, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so if they're in there, that would be,
It will be true. Yes,
Okay. He's also prescribed a variety of medications, correct?
correct.
Okay, and do you know when his last med review was for his medications?
Yes, he had before coming into care, he was in Pine Rest. So he hasn't had any changes since his placement with Pine Rest. He did have a well child visit last month, March 24th. And there were no med changes at that time.
Okay. And as part of the residential placement he's in, he receives counseling as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Have the siblings been able to visit?
No.
Okay.
But they do have a scheduled sibling visit this Friday at 1 p.m.
And where will that be?
At the agency.
Okay. And have they had any visits with either of their parents?
No.
Okay, is that because they choose not to visit?
Mr. McKibben was kind of hard to track down. And then once I did, I got notification that he was incarcerated. I reached out to him to see if he, wanted to participate in these services. He did ask to have a phone conversation with the boys. And I talked to the boys during our visit to ask if they wanted to have a conversation with Dad. I know LM said he wouldn't mind having a phone conversation with Dad. OM, he did not want to have a phone call with Dad. Mom, I know at first she thought it wouldn't be okay to see the children just because she didn't want them to have a setback or have any like new behaviors after them seeing her in person. So she thought it was best that she didn't see them for a while, but I still encouraged her to, let's schedule something and see the children because they still love you and they still ask about you.
So neither parent has participated in parenting time at this time?
No.
Okay. As far as LM is concerned, he hasn't started school yet, correct?
It's been some, so it's Lighthouse, it's online. And so it's been kind of some miscommunication with the school. They're kind of responding a little slow. So me and the residential program, we have come together to try to see like what is the holdup with the school with getting him, because we did send in the initial paperwork to get the paperwork from his old school transferred over to the new school. We filled out the application to have him enrolled. It's just now we're waiting on the school. They said they were trying to put some classes together for him.
So the last time he was in school was February 5th. And in speaking with the facility yesterday, it looks like Lighthouse will sign him up for online schools commencing April 13th or 14th.
Correct.
Okay, and so the delay was on the part of Lighthouse, not the facility that he's currently residing.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Mr. McGibbon. You were able to meet with him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he has lots of needs, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell the court what those are?
Mr. McKibben mentioned that he was homeless, and he has his own personal struggles. He didn't go into details about his personal struggles. He just said at this time he could not physically care for the boys. And that he also didn't know that they were even back in Michigan. And things like that. He just told me he was homeless at this time. He didn't have stable living. I asked if he was employed. He said he didn't have any employment. I asked if he had any income. He didn't have any income. And he just expressed that he was homeless at this time and he's not able to care for the children.
So his needs would be employment, housing,
Mhm.
probably some kind of therapy for mental health, a
Mhm.
psych eval. Those would be his needs, correct?
Correct.
And how about parenting skills?
Yes, parenting skills as well.
Okay, is he willing to participate in services provided by the agency?
When I asked during that visit, yes, he said he will participate. He wants to participate, even though he did mention that he has been absent from the boys' lives for a while.
And a minimum parenting time, which he's declined so far.
Yes.
Let's talk about Miss McLaughlin. She also has various needs, correct?
Correct.
Okay, she's not employed.
No, correct.
She receives some disability benefits in the amount of $757, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and no other form of employment.
Correct.
Okay, she lives with her boyfriend,
Yes, according to our conversation.
and according to your report, it looks like she doesn't believe that's stable housing.
Correct.
And why is that?
She just said she's not stable, and physically and financially to care for the children. That's
But she doesn't consider that a place, she considers herself basically homeless as well, correct?
yeah, correct. Yes.
Have you referred her for a psych eval?
No.
Okay, is that the intent, or do you have access to her evaluations that she's had through Pine Rest?
I don't have access to her Pine Rest records. But the intent is to get her referred for an evaluation.
Okay. Have you asked her to sign a release of information for her Pine Rest records?
No.
Okay. Would that be helpful in establishing a parent agency treatment plan for Miss McLaughlin?
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like depression and suicidal ideation were some of the issues of concern, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Have you referred her for therapy?
Miss McLaughlin said that she is currently going through therapy prior to services or
And where is that? Is that through Pine Rest too?
that I don't know.
You don't know?
No, at this, but I can find out.
Okay, and get access to those records as well?
Yes.
Okay. Is she in need of parenting classes?
Yes.
Okay. Have you made referrals for any parenting classes?
No, not at this time.
Okay, is that your intent?
That was my initial intent. Miss McLaughlin, she did come into the office and wanted to sign a non-participation agreement, which I encouraged her not to sign at that time. but she was very adamant that she wanted to sign the non-participation agreement. And I asked her at that time, could she explain why she wanted to sign the non-participation agreement. So when she signed it, she did explain underneath that she is medically not able to care for the children.
Okay. So you don't really need to refer her to services at this time, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and at some time in the future, if she decides to change her mind and
Yes,
revoke the non-participation agreement, you'll make referrals.
correct.
Okay. All right. What are your recommendations for today? We know, well, let me ask you this. There is a relative of the maternal grandparents who are seeking placement of OM and LM, correct?
Correct.
And they currently reside in Florida.
Correct.
And you've done the DHHS forms, but have had not a response from Florida, correct?
Correct.
But you vetted both grandparents, correct?
Correct.
And there are no issues or concerns.
Correct.
And they're willing and able to take OM, and LM?
Correct.
And have they indicated to you that they will come to Michigan to pick them up?
Correct.
Okay. What are your recommendations for today?
It is respectfully recommended that LM and OM remains a temporary ward of the court. LM and OM be placed in an able and a willing relative placement. The parenting time of Ms. McLaughlin be at the discretion of the agency. Grandparents are included in LM and OM's treatment plans, that all parties comply with and benefit from the parenting agency treatment plan, and that this matter be reviewed in 90 days.
Will you be able to make referrals for the family in Florida?
That is something, yes, that is something I can do.
Okay, and did the grandparents indicate that they can engage in services in Florida?
Yes, they are very much on board with any requirements that we need. They get it done in a timely manner.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Adams,
No questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Jennings,
Ms. Whitley, what was the date you said that you met with Mr. McKibben?
March 26th at the Allegheny County Jail.
Okay. And at that time, did you provide him with your contact information, like a card with your name, address, phone number, email on it?
No, I didn't give him a card.
Did you provide him any of your contact
I
information?
did, yes, I did provide him with my contact information. It was written down.
Okay, so you wrote it down for him and gave him paperwork or something with that?
No, so he was in a room, so I want to say like the deputies was able to write it down and provide him with my information.
Okay. And did you explain to him that once he was released from the Allegheny County Jail, you expected him to contact you within any certain amount of time?
So he didn't. No, I didn't tell. I did not tell him to contact me. I just told him that if he wanted to be included into services, this is my contact. I'd informed him about our hearing today and the time. I asked him if he wanted to be included in any parenting service or any parenting times. And I just asked him his overall involvement. Did he want to be involved? If he wanted any parenting time and things like that.
All right. And you said he did want to participate in services, correct?
He just asked for a conversation with the boys. He said that due to him being homeless, he wasn't able to like do any like in-person meetings with the boys.
All right. So he wanted some sort of parenting time with the boys. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you explain to him that you had the ability to offer some services to help him with his needs with homelessness and unemployment and those types of things?
Yes, yep. I did tell him that. I did offer him, I did let him know that I am here to help with his needs, and even parenting time and establishing the parent and child bond in some way.
Okay. I heard you make a recommendation that mom's parenting time be at the discretion of the agency. What about with regard to father's parenting time?
Because dad, his barriers of, so during that time, it was hard to find dad, just talking to family members. So at that time, I didn't know if he wanted to participate in services until we had our meeting, March 26th. And he's only spoken about speaking to the boys on the phone. He didn't ask for anything in person. He just said that he was homeless and that he couldn't physically be there, but he would like a phone conversation. But he didn't have I asked him for a number and address. He didn't have a phone number for me to even contact, to schedule a phone conversation between him and the boys.
Okay, but if he comes forward, what is your recommendation for his parenting time? Is it that
Oh,
he have parenting time at the discretion of your agency?
yes.
Okay. At the time you visited him, did you understand that the grandparents were an option for placement for the boys?
Yes. I also explained that to Miss McKibben as well, that the
And
plan. I'm sorry.
you explained the plan to Mr. McKibben?
Yes. Mhm. That
Okay,
the
and was,
book he agreed. He agreed that was a good plan for the boys to go live with the grandparents in Florida.
okay. Thank you. I have no other questions at this time.
Ms. Mobilia, any follow-up?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any further witnesses?
No other witnesses or evidence, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Mr. Adams, I didn't ask you. Did you have any follow-up?
No, Your Honor, thank you. And no witnesses or evidence.
All right. Ms. Jennings?
No witnesses or evidence, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Mobilia's statement.
Yes, Your Honor. I have met with OM and LM several times. I asked the court, Your Honor, to adopt the recommendation and ask for placement directly with the maternal grandparents at this time. The siblings are apart. They really have no contact with each other. School has been an issue. I'm not at the fault of this residential placement. The parents aren't visiting. The grandparents have been very involved with the agency as well as calling me and indicating that they do want their grandchildren to be placed there. Both LM and OM would like to be placed there. As far as parenting time for the parents, Your Honor, at this time, I would ask the court that until they engage in a parent agency treatment plan, that there not be parenting time, especially since Ms. McLaughlin has signed a non-participation agreement.
Thank you. And why do you believe it would be harmful for the children to have parenting time?
I just think that the children at this time have a lot of needs and concerns. They have already felt abandoned by both parents. Neither OM or LM could even tell me when the last time they saw their father was. I think it's in their best interests for them to deal with their current mental health, and that it'd be more harmful to bring parents in that have not participated so far.
Mr. Adams.
Yeah, and I support the agency's recommendations. Did speak with Miss McLaughlin. She indicates that she loves her boys dearly and thinks that it would be in their best interest to be placed with grandparents, paternal grandparents, until she is able to address her needs. Your Honor, I think that to suggest that parenting time be suspended until Mr. McLaughlin engages in services is not reasonable. Certainly, she deserves and wants to see her boys. She loves them, and they need their mom. So I'd ask that the court allow agency discretion on visitation. Thank you.
Thank you. Pardon me, Ms. Jennings.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would make no statement really with regard to most of the recommendations other than the one with regard to parenting time, only because I think that if either of these parents come forward and want parenting times, there's been no showing of harmfulness or that it wouldn't be in the best interest of these kids to maintain or a bond either with their mother or create a bond with their father. So I'd ask that parenting time be at the discretion of the agency.
All right, thank you. The court finds that the lawyer guardian ad litem has complied with the requirements of the statute. That there's probable cause to believe that the legal father of both of these children is Scott McGibbon. That return of either of these children to a parent would cause a substantial risk of harm to the juvenile or society. That consistent with the circumstances, reasonable efforts to prevent or eliminate the need for removal of the children from the home were made as determined by a prior order. That reasonable efforts shall be made to preserve and reunify the family, make it possible for these children to safely return home. That custody of the children with a parent presents a substantial risk of harm to the child, each child's physical health, life, or mental well-being. That no provision of services or other arrangement except removal is reasonably available to safeguard these children from the risk of harm to their life, physical health, or mental well-being. That conditions of custody at the placement away from the home and with the individual with whom these children are placed are adequate to safeguard the children's health and welfare. The siblings are not in joint placement due to the one child's placement in an institution at this time. That sibling contact is not occurring due to these disparate placements. That parenting time with either parent at this time, even if supervised, may be harmful to these children. I will indicate that the court would certainly entertain a motion to change that order once therapists for these children have recommended that contact would be in their best interest. I am concerned, as the children's attorney has pointed out, with the lack of contact by father, and then the struggles that Ms. McKibben or Ms. McLaughlin is going through right now, as well as I think I want to applaud her for making the decision in her children's best interest. As a mother, she's determined that that's not best for them right now, and I really applaud her for making that decision. But again, the court will certainly take a look at this again if any of that changes from the children's perspective. The court orders that the children remain in the temporary custody of the court, continue their placement with the Department for Care and Supervision, that the children be released to the maternal grandparents under the supervision of the department, and that grandparents comply with the treatment plan, that the adjudicated respondents comply with and benefit from the case service plan, sign any releases that are necessary, Doesn't sound to me like either parent is in a position to pay court costs, so I will waive those costs on behalf of both parents. I will continue the attorneys in this matter. The court also orders that or finds that reasonable efforts have been made to finalize the court-approved permanency plan of return to a parent for these children. And Ms. Vandeller, do we have a date for a review hearing in 90 days?
Yes, that day would be June 23rd at 9 a.m. via Zoom.
I already have 2 hearings on that day and time.
Okay, we'll find another one.
How about June 22nd at 9 a.m. via Zoom?
That works for me.
Works for me.
Mr. Adams?
And
You're
of course, I'm not assigned to this case, but certainly Ms. Johnson will arrange for an attorney to attend should she need that to happen. So
Right.
that date should be fine.
okay. All right. Thank you.